When Emma told her husband Daniel that she was heading to Miami for a girls' trip, he didn't think twice. They'd been married for 6 years, and although a quiet distance had begun to grow between them, he still trusted her. She packed light. Summer dresses, sandals, and that particular perfume she saved for special nights. "Just me and the girls," she said with a playful grin. "I need a little time away." Daniel smiled, kissed her goodbye, and told her to have fun. But as she drove off, an uneasy feeling twisted in his stomach, faint but persistent. For the first couple of days, everything seemed fine. Emma sent pictures, sunsets, cocktails, boutiques, snapshots of beaches, yet something about them didn't sit right. Each photo looked like it had been taken in a completely different place, and none of her friends appeared in them. When Daniel asked for a group photo, she replied that her friends weren't fond of taking pictures. That raised a flag. Closest friend was notorious for posting every moment online. By the 4th day, Emma's texts had become brief and delayed. "Battery's low," she'd say, "busy exploring." Daniel wanted to believe her, but the pit in his gut grew heavier. Acting on instinct, he messaged Chloe casually, asking how the trip was going. Her reply came within seconds. "What trip?" Daniel froze. His chest tightened. He asked again, trying to make sense of it, but Chloe insisted she hadn't seen or spoken to Emma in weeks. That night, sleep didn't come. He sat at his laptop, staring at their shared credit card account. The recent charges weren't in Miami. They were in Chicago. That was all the confirmation he needed. He didn't confront her, not yet. Instead, he quietly began to prepare. He packed up her things with meticulous care, folded clothes, boxed shoes, cleared drawers, documenting everything with photos. By Sunday evening, their once shared home looked strangely hollow. When Emma finally walked through the door, suitcase in hand and a bright smile on her face, she froze at the sight of the bare walls. "Daniel, what's going on?" she asked, her voice trembling. He looked at her calmly. "How was Chicago?" Her expression collapsed, color draining from her face. "What?" she whispered. But he already had the evidence in his hand, the receipts, the screenshots, the messages. Her silence said more than words could. "I just needed some space," she finally confessed, her voice breaking. "I went to see someone I met online. I didn't mean for it to go this far." Daniel felt something inside him cave in. The anger never came, just a cold, hollow sadness. "You didn't just need space," he said softly. "You needed someone else." He handed her an envelope. "Divorce papers already signed and dated. Your things are at your sister's," he told her. "I hope this trip gave you the clarity you were looking for." Emma tried to reach for him, tears streaming down her face, but he walked out without another word. The door closed, leaving her alone in a house that no longer felt like home. She stood in the emptiness, surrounded by the ghosts of what they used to be, the laughter, the warmth, the trust she had shattered. In the days that followed, she called him endlessly, sent long messages begging for forgiveness. But Daniel never replied. He had moved on, both literally and emotionally, leaving no trace of the man who once adored her. Months passed before she saw him again by chance at a small cafe downtown. He was seated across from a woman she didn't know, smiling in that calm, effortless way that used to belong only to her. He looked light or free. Emma hesitated for a long moment, wanting to go to him, to say she was sorry again. But she stayed where she was. Watching him laugh, she understood something she hadn't before, that while he had healed, she was still chained to the moment she betrayed him. That so-called girls' trip had cost her far more than she'd ever imagined. It wasn't just the end of a marriage, it was the loss of the only man who had ever truly believed in her. And as she turned away from that cafe, she finally grasped the cruel truth.